Hello and welcome to our annual movie podcast. Ryan and I usually like to start out the year with a podcast and in hopes to create many more podcasts, and we never do. So here's our yearly podcast.
It's better than nothing, I guess. And we see enough movies every year where it works out, so...
Yes, this year we have seen 15 movies. Most of them were in the theaters, and we'll start with release date, movie, blah, 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 all the way to the end of December.
Going from January to December of 2016.
There you go.
So first on the list is...
Deadpool.
You want to start, or do you want me to start?
I don't know.
I can start. I mean, Deadpool was a good first movie to see of the year. It was really funny and...
Highly anticipated.
Yeah, but going in, I wasn't, like, super excited to see it.
I think we were both kind of like, yeah, it'll be good. It looks different. Let's watch it.
Because I'm not a big Deadpool fan. I've always seen all the people at the conventions.
Right, that was always like a turn-off.
But it was very funny. Ryan Reynolds was funny as usual. And it was the first rated R comic movie.
Yes. And he broke the fourth wall, so it was really just totally different than any comic book movie.
Highly recommended. I'm sure most people saw it after it came out because I'm pretty sure it was popular across the board. So.
Yes. Okay, so the second one was just what I saw, which was Zootopia. It was good. Nothing crazy.
Animated animals?
Animated animals. Animals wanting to do non-animal things.
Did they go on an adventure?
Barely. That's why I liked it. Yeah. If you know me, you know that's my problem with animated films. Okay, third was Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. Go.
You want me to go? Because I'm the only one who liked it.
What do you want me to say? I liked it. I think we watched the extended cut later. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And I was like, this is a lot more things that I didn't need. It was very mishmashy. I don't understand who wrote this film.
Yeah, it was like a really convoluted plot to get Batman and Superman to fight each other.
Right.
And you don't really figure out why until after they fight or right before they fight.
I still don't know. So.
It's like Lex Luthor is doing...
It.
Yeah, just a short story. Lex Luthor is doing all these weird things, but you don't really know he's doing these things until the very end. Okay. And so all these weird things keep happening to Batman and Superman separately. Mm-hmm. And then they all lead to them fighting each other. The only good part of the movie is them fighting each other.
I guess. I only enjoyed the Wonder Woman stuff and the stuff that you're learning about the Justice League. That's really what kept me intrigued. If that was out of it, I would say that I didn't like the film at all.
That's a good point.
To be fair. You know, the redcoats are coming. Like,
yeah.
Weird. It was weird.
Yeah, the Justice League stuff was good just because they're trying to play catch up to Marvel.
And, yeah.
Wonder Woman was really good, hopefully.
Yeah, I loved her score.
Yes, very good.
That was
It's a very long movie. As far as recommendations go, I would only say if you really like Batman or Superman, you should probably watch it. But as a casual viewer,
I don't get the I'm not gonna see it stuff. Like if you like, I guess if you like either of them, then you should have seen it by now.
Right, but if you're not a fan of comic book movies, you're not a fan. Like if you're someone that just goes to see Batman movies because they're usually really good, I would say you might enjoy it because the Batman stuff is also good in this movie, but it's not a Batman movie.
Yeah.
It's like Zack Snyder wanted to make a Batman movie, but had to make a Superman movie.
Right. That's funny. Haha. Okay, so X-Men Apocalypse was next. I honestly cannot remember things about this movie.
Well, Civil War was before that.
That's true. I just skipped right over it. It's right here on my list. And I have similar things to say about both of those that I barely remember.
We can group them together. They're both Marvel, but they're separate universes. Well, technically.
I liked it when I watched it.
Civil War?
Yeah. And then we watched Civil War again, and I'm like, when are we going to get to the fight? And also, when is this movie over? I was bored, like I am with Avengers. Every time I see it, I'm like, this is not over yet. And then X-Men Apocalypse, I liked. I barely remember now. I just remember scenes of him gathering the members of his little League of Doom.
The Four Horsemen.
That's it, of the Apocalypse. And I don't know. I need to see it again to give it a proper review, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Civil War had a similar feeling to Batman vs. Superman, but with more characters and more characters that are likable.
But with another plot that was really...
Yeah. The background plot, which was similar to the Lex Luthor thing, honestly.
Yeah.
It was
Right.
overly complex and not really very well thought out. Like she said about the fight scene, that's the best scene in the movie. It's all the Avengers fighting each other.
Mm-hmm.
But also showing that the Avengers don't have too many good villains.
Right.
The good stuff is
had
them
to fight
fighting each other.
Yeah, and the little introduction with Spider-Man was really exciting. So
Yeah, Spider-Man, I guess it's technically a cameo. I don't know how that works.
yeah, I would call that a cameo, but I guess because he's part of the Avengers, it's really not.
Yeah, and the introduction of Black Panther.
Yeah, I loved that. I was very
cool.
excited about that. And that guy is awesome. I forget his name.
Yeah.
Chadwick
Boseman.
Chadwick Boseman.
Something
yeah.
like that. He was really good as Black Panther.
Yeah, he's got it.
As far as X-Men Apocalypse, it's one I was looking forward to.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it when I watched it, but like you said, I don't think I really remember too much about it.
Yeah, I kind of put thumbs up and thumbs down next to all of my things. And for Batman versus Superman, I put like a
Meh.
just like a not up or down. Couldn't really give an answer. Civil War, I put a down, and Apocalypse, I put an up. So
I think just because we like X-Men and we like the actors who they chose for this version of X-Men.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
And Apocalypse was like a straightforward big bad villain,
Right.
threatening the entire world, and the X-Men saved the day.
Isaac's, whatever his name is, he's a cool guy.
Yeah.
Isaac Mizrahi, I don't know. I'm just kidding.
Oscar Isaacs.
I know, it was a joke. Isaac Mizrahi's a designer. Okay, the next one was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows, which was surprisingly swell.
Yeah, it was
We really liked
entertaining.
it. But when you have Stephen Amell, he's great. He could have gone shirtless, in my opinion, but that's
Is that what Casey
fair.
Jones does? Does he go
Well, he
shirtless?
wears like day goatees. He's gross. Yeah, he's like kind of slimy.
He didn't have the long hair either.
So he was definitely not a good Casey Jones, but he's a good Stephen Amell, and he did well in the film. Megan Fox can suck it, but she's fine.
Yeah, entertaining movie. They gave you pretty much all of some of the classic villains. With
Yeah, Bebop
Shredder
and
being in
Rocksteady
it.
had
Bebop.
different names in the.
You might be thinking of the
Ooze.
other two.
Well, yeah, but they had a similar
Oh.
story. They're just different.
I
It's
knew.
just like a wolf and a turtle instead.
Yeah, I think those are different characters.
They are. I know. I'm just saying. It's like it's very similar. People said that they're back, but they're back from the TV show, not from the movies.
Right. And then they had Krang show up.
Yeah, that was strange. Okay, next was Central Intelligence. I thumbed down this hard because we watched it, and not only are you confused the whole time, but you're just not sure how this is going or how this is going to end. It was odd.
Yeah, for those who
Funny,
don't know,
though.
Central Intelligence is with The Rock and Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
And it's especially weird because The Rock's character is like a former fat kid.
Right.
And he's now The Rock. And you expect him to be all confident in The Rock.
Right, but
he's
kinda
acting like a
was.
fat kid.
Right, and you're like, you've been a cool, hot guy for a long time now, so I'm pretty sure
It
you
was weird.
changed. It wasn't believable at all.
He was the
I mean,
CIA
nothing was.
agent, and it was a very strange movie.
Yeah, it would contradicted itself. in
It
my
was funny at
opinion.
moments, but it was also very weird at moments.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I would recommend it either.
No, good. Okay, next was Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates. We saw this in theaters, and I think we both loved it, other than it being a little ridiculous and over the top, of course, as most comedies are, a little bit of raunchy and a little bit of swearing and sex and too much of that, but it was funny. I'd see it again.
Yeah, it was good. We like all the people in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good comedy movie. I mean, I feel like there are comedies these days that are worse than that.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy the raunchier stuff, but
Sometimes
This
it's
really
too
comes-
much. This
yeah.
one was fine.
yeah, I don't remember this one being like all gross and
Like what my mother explains to be why him. She said it was the most raunchy
Yeah.
thing she'd ever seen, and I believe it. I don't want to see it.
yeah. So it was a good comedy. If you like the actors that are in it, Zac Efron and
Adam
Adam Devine, and the girls is Anna Kendrick and Aubrey Plaza. So yeah, we like all four of those people.
Right,
So.
that was an easy choice for us. Next was Ghostbusters. We watched this one a few weeks ago, finally. And I wasn't excited about it because I didn't really care about all those people as a group. Or I don't really love Leslie Jones, although now I like her a lot more. But Kate McKinnon's great. She was kind of an odd character. It was just an odd group of people, but it was a fairly good movie and entertaining, so I think it went over pretty well.
Yeah, I think it was good just because it was like the original but with women, and
I mean, that's the whole point.
the graphics are way better because it's
Right.
2016 and not 1980, whatever.
Yeah.
And Chris Hemsworth is hilarious in that movie.
Yeah, he was
as
fantastic.
the secretary.
Yeah, that was good.
I mean, he's really stupid.
Yeah.
He's dumb Thor
Dumb.
with shorter hair.
But that was good. We missed Star Trek Beyond. We'll watch that sometime.
We already missed a few on my other list here,
I know, I'm
so.
sorry. Suicide Squad. That was pretty good. I think a lot of people didn't like it or didn't want to see it, but I'd recommend it. Although it was odd, it was good. It was entertaining. I don't care if it didn't follow comic book protocol or whatever, but I thought it was good.
Yeah, it's a weird movie because it's a story about villains
Right.
becoming heroes. I always thought it was an odd choice to be the first movie after Batman vs. Superman in the DC extended universe, or whatever they're calling it. You get your one or two Batman cameos in this movie because it has the Joker and Harley Quinn in it, and then it also has a Flash cameo because there's a Flash villain as well. But I don't know, it was a weird movie. I enjoyed it, but as far as, I still think it's weird that it was this, like the first movie after Dawn of Justice to be part of the universe, and it was just a weird choice. They did it. It was a decent movie. It was entertaining when I saw it, but I don't know if I'd recommend it for non-comic book movie
normies.
fans.
No, that's true. I think if I hadn't seen all the stuff in Smallville with the Suicide Squad, and then later,
Right, because you know other things about Suicide Squad because we watch other stuff.
Right, so that it made it better that way. I think if you're not at least a little bit of a nerd, you won't like it. Next was Sausage Party. That was interesting. I think other than the massive orgy at the end, it was pretty good.
Spoiler alert, all the food has sex at the end in the grocery store.
Hence massive orgy. What
After
else would
they
that have
kill
meant?
people.
Yeah.
It was really funny because everyone in the movie is funny, and it was food talking and moving, and it was just goofy.
Yeah, first R-rated animated film. That's,
Yeah.
it's pretty...
And apparently
epic.
Seth Rogen's been trying to make that movie for over 10 years.
Something like that, yeah.
So it was definitely funny.
It was well done.
Had its raunchy moments, as comedies do these days.
Yeah, I thought just for sure we were doing okay, and then there it went.
Yeah, it was 3/4 of the movie is like, yeah, this is what it was expected to be, and then the end of the movie just takes a complete 180 and does some weird shit. But
Still fine.
if you like those guys and you think talking food is funny, go see or watch it.
Yeah. Go see it at your couch.
Go see it at the theater that it's not playing in.
Right. Okay, next on the list is Don't Breathe. We just watched this last week, right?
Yeah.
I've been wanting to see it since it came out, so I'm not sure why we delayed it, but I know I didn't want to see that in theaters just because I don't like seeing scary movies in theaters because I'm a big fat baby. But it was good. I thought that it was pretty well done. It wasn't like the best, horror film I've seen, but I really liked it, and I keep thinking about it, not in a scary way, but it just keeps popping up into my head, and I think that means that it, it left a lasting impression, and it was different than anything else I'd seen.
Yeah, I think I enjoyed it because I don't like horror movies in general. They don't do anything for me.
I like the suspense.
This
what
one
I
was
like.
good
It was
because it was. I felt like it was different. It wasn't like crazy monsters or anything like supernatural. It was realistic.
Right, it's about a blind guy who's gonna get you.
That's some kids trying to rob this blind guy's house because he has a whole bunch of settlement money from some event that happened in the past.
Right, and contrary to the name being Don't Breathe, it really isn't all about how his hearing is great and can hear you breathe, which I thought would get a little hokey. It's not that way at all. He just happened to hear a guy like one time breathe. Yeah. So
he's a former military guy too, so that made him more dangerous.
Right.
It's definitely,
and he's jacked.
There's so many moments you think that it's over.
Right.
That second half of the movie, and it just keeps going. So I think it's good when movies have those moments where there's 3 or 4 times you think the movie can be over, and then it keeps going. Yeah,
because you get an idea of how it's going to end in your head, either in the beginning or halfway through, and this time I just really had no idea.
There is some really weird stuff towards the end of this movie, but overall
it was realistic.
Overall it's a good suspense horror film.
Yeah.
If you I don't know. I mean, if you don't watch horror films, this is definitely a good one. I don't watch horror films very much.
Yeah, I mean, neither do I. I like the suspense.
But this movie was very entertaining, and I didn't feel like I didn't want to watch it at any point. I was into it the whole time.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, next was The Magnificent Seven, which was a magnificent film about 7 men in the West.
I was like, were they all men? Yeah, they were.
Yes. I thought that was great. I thought a lot of the characters were well picked, you know. That sounded really dumb, but Chris Pratt, always a favorite. Ethan Hawke was great. The Indian guy, Native American guy, was hot. And it kept me going because I didn't know how it was going to end. I thought it would be like a super happy ending or something, and it wasn't happy or sad. It was right, and everything fit together well. I thought it was very well done. Denzel Washington, shit, I forgot all about him.
Yeah, I was gonna be like,
he's like the main
real
guy.
star of the movie, Denzel Washington.
I know he's your guy. Chris Pratt's my guy. So.
Well, I like Chris Pratt too, but yes.
No, he's my guy.
Okay, fine. Yeah, all the guys in this movie were good. Wasn't there a fourth bigger name in this movie?
Sorry.
I guess I could look it up. But yeah, most of the things she said, I agree with. All the characters, it was a good group of characters.
Right.
Usually when you get up higher in the numbers of main characters, it can get kind of watered down. Mm-hmm. And you don't really care about some of them.
Right, but you really felt something for each of these people. Yeah,
they were all good. Vincent D'Onofrio.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's...
You know Vincent D'Onofrio is, right?
Of course.
Do I need to say it?
Yes.
You want me to put my hands on my head?
Of course.
From Men in Black.
Yes. So, yeah.
Good one.
Good movie. It had a decent villain, too.
Yeah. Peter
Sarsgaard.
Oh, he is a good villain.
He was a good
Because he's
villain.
like a short, nothing guy, but if you got money and you got sass, like, that's him. So it really fit
classic
really well.
Old West villain, just a rich guy who's trying to cause trouble in the Old West where there's no law.
And I am not a fan of Westerns other than A Million Ways to Die in the West, really. So this was high on my list, too. I think I put it as number 5 of my top films of the year. So
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I do enjoy Westerns. I'm not a Western buff by any means, but this is probably towards the top of my list for the year, too.
Yeah. Okay, next was Edge of 17. I loved it. I came back from the movie and felt like I was in high school again. I really had to like stop myself and be like, no, I'm 25. I'm getting married. I'm not in high school. I had to keep saying that to myself legitimately because I felt like I was back. It really takes you back to high school in a good way, in a bad way. But I thought it was really well done. It was really cute and not unrealistic at all. Everything felt like something that could totally happen right now. So I loved that part of it. It wasn't like this big dream guy that she's going to end up with or something like that. It was well done. It was real.
That was the girls' interpretation of the movie. I enjoyed it too. I'm just kidding. I found it very entertaining. Woody Harrelson was funny as the teacher.
Yeah, he was great.
The guy that she was like friends with, what was his name? His character's name?
Oh, something.
The Asian guy.
So Asian, like
no,
Kim
it was a regular
or something.
name.
No, he had like a. Oh, you're right. It was like not Seymour.
What was his name? He was hilarious though.
Something with a V.
He was like
Irwin.
His name was Irwin. He was like her friend from class.
Oh my god, what a perfect nerd. He was amazing. He did so good.
He was like trying to ask her out and stuff, and he was being all awkward like a normal high school boy would probably be.
It was so perfect. His acting was...
Yeah, it didn't seem like it was fake. It seemed legitimate.
Right,
and it was,
like I said, realistic, really.
Yeah, that helped me watch the movie for sure, because it's obviously about a girl, but the male characters were also very well done.
Yeah.
Which is... I feel like it's harder to do in movies like that when it's focused on one sex as the main character, but it was good.
It was very good. I'm glad you liked it. Okay, next was Rogue One.
Rogue One.
A Star Wars story.
You want to start again, or you want me to start?
I will start again. I did not know what was happening in the beginning. I enjoyed the childish or the childhood stuff that they show before the movie really gets into it.
Oh, that first the opening scene.
Yeah, that kind of like not cold open, but that kind of the opening scene. Yeah, the backstory. I always love that. That always helps me get to know the characters.
Is there a name
better.
for that? It was like before the title.
I don't know
of the
what
movie.
that's called.
It was like a whole 10-minute scene, and then they show you the Rogue One.
No, Rogue One was at the very end.
There was something at the beginning too, wasn't there?
It. No,
I thought there was.
Well, I don't think so. But anyway, after that, I felt like, oh, this is good. Like, this will be good. And then it took about a half an hour to an hour for me to be like, okay, like, let's get to it. And then they got to it, and it got better. So overall, I liked it, but I didn't love it. It definitely fit in with the New Hope film, so that went well.
Yeah, for those who don't know what Rogue One is, it's a Star Wars movie that's not part of the episodes, which are the main Star Wars movies. And this one is a direct prequel to the original Star Wars movie. And I agree with the statements that it was slow at the beginning. Even I was like, this is kind of boring.
Right.
For the first, maybe third or half of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot of characters to set up, and that's part of the problem. It's like a whole squad of people. It's probably another 7.
Yeah.
Cast of 7 characters, which again is hard. I was actually talking to a coworker today about it, and I almost felt like the main guy was one of the worst characters in the movie.
Yeah, I thought that he was going to be a lot better, and I've seen him in things where I really liked that guy, and this time I didn't like him at all.
I just feel like the other characters were better overall. And you turned to me at one point and go, why are the droids always the best characters?
They are. Because we're sick of people, it's nice to have a droid, and I don't think that they should be sarcastic. Like, come on. But,
I feel like they wrote it where it came off as sarcastic, but he was just...
Well, what I'm saying is, like, they don't act like droids. They don't act like C-3PO. Like, they get better with age, and this is supposed to be all at the same time. So I think that's kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, he was a different kind of droid, so not to be all nerdy on you, but...
Okay.
He was a fighting droid, not a service droid.
Like BB-8 being, like, funny just with beeping, I mean, that's weird.
Yeah.
Even R2-D2 isn't that funny. Like, they got funnier. They got better at making the droids real characters.
Well, it's easy to make the droid the comedic relief because they can be whatever you need them to be. It's not like a person.
Because there's a midget inside that costume?
No. We saw them. He said he wasn't in the costume. The legs were too skinny.
I know. I was talking about R2-D2.
Yeah. But I really enjoyed the movie. The Darth Vader stuff is fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, that was...
He's only in a few scenes, but the scenes that he's in are mostly awesome.
Well, he's barely in any scenes in any movie, let's be honest, and they're always pretty... What's the word, like, above par or subpar? Subpar means less
is
than
better,
good.
though.
Oh, no. Right? It should be, but I
should
don't think it is.
In golf, subpar would be good.
Subpar means you're winning. Okay.
That's weird.
That is. All right, the final film of the year for us, and for most of you probably...
Well, sorry, I'm not done.
Okay.
Just wanted to say the end. Rogue One leads directly into the original Star Wars movie.
Yeah,
it
really
ends, and it's the beginning of the first Star Wars.
Which is nice, especially because it's, 30 years difference?
Yeah, so it really helps you go, oh, this makes sense as to how the first Star Wars movie starts.
But then I'm also like, pretty sure what's-his-name didn't write this one, so... This is all fabricated. Like, it's not really canon.
Well, the crawl of the original says that they stole the plans to the Death Star.
I know. I'm just saying, like, it would have made
all
more
they
sense
needed.
if Lucas was like, oh, I dug up this movie that I wrote before this one.
Yeah, well, Lucas isn't too involved anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Good movie. I feel like it would be good for anyone, not
I
just
think
Star Wars
so.
fans. I feel like most people know the original Star Wars to some degree. And it's not like a movie you need to know a bunch of stuff ahead of time to see. It works pretty well on its own.
Yeah, you should probably know a few things.
You should probably know some basics about the original Star Wars, but solid movie, definitely towards the top of my list for the year.
Yeah. Okay, next was Passengers, which we just saw on Sunday. That was very good. It was different than expected and well done. Definitely has that kind of futuristic feel to it, even though it's really not futuristic. I mean, technically, but
I would say the opposite. It's usually like sci-fi movies are either they feel like way sci-fi, like way in the future, or not
Right.
even possible, like Star Wars, or like this one feels realistic future, like realistic science fiction,
Well, yeah.
because it all seemed like it could really happen.
Yeah, which is kind of scary, but
Yeah.
but I thought it was good. I mean, the characters, you really can't get any better than like Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Pratt having a romance. So that was great casting. Although I've said it before, I don't think Jennifer Lawrence is a good actress. I thought she was pretty good in this, though.
Yeah, I mean, we like both of those people generally. There was a lot more character development than I expected there to be.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking, when is the bad shit going to happen?
Right.
And I was okay with the way they did the movie. I really enjoyed it. It was definitely at the top of my list for the year as well. Because I like sci-fi and I like... It felt different. It didn't feel like something I'd seen before. Even though it was kind of... It kind of had the Martian feel where they were stranded. But only
Right.
instead of on a planet, they were on a ship.
Yeah. But it was a lot more of a love story than you'd expect. But we saw it with my parents, and they both really enjoyed it. And my dad is very hard to please, so I was glad to hear that our entire group really liked it.
So that was the last movie we saw this year.
Yeah.
There are a few movies on both our lists that we missed this year that we either still have to watch or lost interest in.
Halfway through, yeah.
What's that? What's that in reference to?
Oh, I don't know. No, I didn't mean halfway through the movie. I mean
Oh.
halfway through the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have 10 Cloverfield Lane
Yeah, me too.
is one that we missed. I think because I don't really know why we didn't go
It
see
seems
it.
kind of odd. You don't really know how it's tied into Cloverfield, and I guess that's kind of the point of the movie, but it just seemed odd. I think we had decided that we were going to see it later, and we just kind of
We just
delayed
haven't
it.
gotten to it. Yeah. I mean, I loved Cloverfield. It was it's probably one of my favorite movies just because I like monster movies.
Yeah.
And it was I feel like it might have been the first monster movie I actually saw in theaters.
Probably because you're not a movie person.
Yeah, and it was, I don't know, that movie just did it for me. I can't really explain it. So I was really intrigued when I found out about 10 Cloverfield Lane, but not enough to go see it. I think if it would have been more obviously related to the first movie, then I would definitely have seen it. But it was like they didn't tell you anything about the movie
Yeah, it
before
just
it came
seemed
out.
like it's related somehow.
Yeah, it was just like a hint of a link.
Yeah.
That we just never got. So we just never got to it.
Which we will. We'll get to it. We heard it was great, so that's on there. I have My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2. I didn't get to see that one yet. Neighbors 2, we haven't found a good copy of, or else we would have watched that by now.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm surprised we didn't see it. I have it listed
In
as
theaters? I know.
I have it listed in May, which was between Civil War and Apocalypse. So that probably is why, because
Yeah.
there were two superhero
Right, two of
movies
our
in the
big
same
ones.
month. We love the first Neighbors.
Yep.
It's like we like Zac Efron or something. I don't know.
Zac Efron's the best. Speaking of, he'll be in Baywatch next year. Look out. So what I put on here and I totally forgot about is Popstar, Never Stop, Never
Oh yeah, I
Stopping.
saw that on the list earlier when we were prepping for this.
Yeah.
That's Andy Samberg,
That
right?
went in and out. Most people said it really sucked, so I'm sure it's
Yeah.
not good.
And Andy Samberg is just so silly.
He really is, but we love him.
Yeah.
The Shallows. I heard that wasn't
Oh.
good, but I'm still going to see that. I love sharks so much. I don't care if she has some kind of orgy with the shark or I heard some weird shit. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it looked very interesting, but also terrifying. So
Yeah. The Girl on the Train. I read that book this summer, and I planned on seeing the movie, and then I found out Emily Blunt was in it, and I was very disappointed because I hate her. So I'll get to it when I can get over her or something.
I have Independence Day Resurgence,
Yeah.
which is obviously on my list just because the original Independence Day is one of my favorite movies. I think most guys my age really enjoy that movie, and most
Yeah.
girls can't stand it.
It's awful.
I heard this one sucked, but I still just need to see it just
Of course you do.
because it's the same concept, minus Will Smith.
Right.
I heard it was bad, but I'll watch it eventually, probably on my own sometime.
Yeah. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. We haven't seen
Jumping
that one
ahead
yet.
on the calendar.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm at the bottom of my list.
Oh, okay.
I just kind of skipped
That's
through all
fine.
the
That's
shitty ones.
not important.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that one soon.
I mean, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's good.
sure it's
Harry
good.
Potter's good stuff, but
There's supposed to be some, I don't know, Easter eggs or something in there.
oh, of course there has to be, or else
There's got to be something.
the nerds
good.
will be upset.
Right. But that kind of sums it up. I've got a bunch of other ones, but nothing really interesting.
Okay, the other I have 3 more on my list. Well, 2.5.
Great.
Star Trek Beyond, just because I like the new Star Trek series. I think this is similar to Cloverfield Lane, where I knew I wanted to see this Star Trek movie, but nothing ever got me really excited for it.
Right.
And I just never got around to seeing it. And you're not very into the Star Trek movies either.
I mean, I liked the first one. The second one was good, I guess. I couldn't tell you anything about it now, other than they phased people on a planet, and what's his name almost didn't make it back. Like, that's all I got for you.
Yeah. I'll watch Star Trek eventually. Doctor Strange, only because it's a Marvel movie.
No, thank you.
And it's part of the Marvel Universe.
I like cities that stay where they're at.
It's magical, apparently.
Magical.
So I'll watch that one.
Tilda Swinton is not Asian.
You mean Hollywood is whitewashing characters from comic books?
Like that fucking Great Wall movie that's coming out?
That's fiction.
That's just dumb. It makes me really angry that they're like putting Matt Damon in this Great Wall of China movie. We don't need Matt Damon.
I'm sure
we need that guy from Rogue One.
Plenty of Asian guys who can play a role like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever.
I'm sure there's only a million more Asian people than white people.
Well, I feel like that movie's coming out soon, so it's probably no good.
Yeah, I'm sure it's bad.
My last movie that I really wanted to see was Arrival, which was the Aliens Coming to Earth movie with Amy Adams.
Yeah, I've had enough of her.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've had about enough of her.
Sci-fi, and I think she's good, so...
She's good. I'm just tired of her.
Yeah, she's been in a lot of stuff lately.
Yeah, she's overdoing it. Didn't she just have a kid? She should probably slow down. Okay. Would you like to rank your films, or would you like to move on to the coming films?
I can rank them.
Rank it up.
I don't know if I can rank them. I can give you a top 5 in no particular order.
Top 5. Let's do it.
Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
Magnificent Seven.
Mm-hmm.
Rogue One.
Mm-hmm.
Passengers.
Mm-hmm.
Probably Dawn of Justice, just because I really like Batman and Superman.
Sure. So I agree with most of those. I have Deadpool as my number 1. My number 2 is Edge of 17. Number 3, Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates. Number 4, Passengers. Number 5, Magnificent Seven.
So I feel like this year was not as good as it was supposed to be, or maybe I'm just confusing it with 2015.
I don't know.
Maybe 2015 was really good. And
I feel like we watched maybe 30 movies in 2015, and this year we're at 15. So
yeah, I think it was.
We're also poor. I think we saw less movies.
Yeah, I mean, I think next year. I only have about 15 on my next year list too.
I don't have as many. But yes, for the coming year in 2017, I am most looking forward to Beauty and the Beast. Emma Watson is beautiful and amazing, and I think it's going to be very good.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good too. I'm totally down to watch that movie.
Yeah. Down for some beauty?
Mm-hmm. I have the whole order here.
Okay.
I think it's in the right order.
Tell me.
That's number 4 on the list as far as chronological order for next year.
Whatever.
Lego Batman movie is the first one.
No, thanks.
No? You're out?
Lego movie, like most movies that I see, I watch it the first time, like, oh, it's pretty good. Second time, I thought, this is really long. When is it going to end? I'm over it.
That's a good point.
Sad.
But it's Legos, and it's Batman,
I know,
and it's
Will Arnett is great.
And Michael Cera as Robin.
That's right.
And
I'm sure it'll be cute. I'm sure I'll watch
funny.
it later. Maybe I'll wait till my kids want to watch it. One of those things.
Next is Logan, which is the R-rated X-Men film about Wolverine.
Yeah, and yet you watch the trailer and you think, which film is Hugh Jackman in now? And then you're like, wait, are they talking about him being named Logan? And then, like, at the very end, you see that he has claws, and you're like, oh.
And
Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart's there, but it looks like
it's
a really
not obvious.
Yeah, it looks like a different type of X-Men movie.
Right.
I don't think I've seen any of the standalone Wolverine.
No, me neither.
movies.
I can't believe we haven't.
This one looks really good for some reason.
It does.
Maybe it's that damn song they use in the trailer.
I know. It is such a good song.
Go look up the trailer if you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. Hurt by Johnny Cash. So good. That is one of the best songs ever.
Next is, still before Beauty and the Beast, is Kong. Skull Island.
Skull Island. I'm sure that'll be good. It looks a little hokey, to be honest with you, but that's okay.
Giant monsters, I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm good.
True that.
And good actors.
Yeah. I mean, like, award-winning Best Actress.
Tom Hiddleston.
What the fuck is her name?
Brie Larson.
Brie Larson.
John Goodman.
Mm-hmm. John C. Reilly.
John C.
I could do
Reilly.
without him, but...
In fact, there's one more. Oh, Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, okay.
The actor.
I think he just is Samuel L. Jackson all the time.
Yeah, I think he's playing himself again.
Yeah, I'd love to see him play something else.
Then Beauty and the Beast is next on the list.
Right, and then Power Rangers. Bum, 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 bum.
I didn't grow up watching Power Rangers, so I don't really have an opinion on this. But
More like you didn't grow up. I grew up watching Power Rangers, and I loved it, and I'm very excited.
It looks interesting. I'm sure we'll go see it.
How about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2?
Nah.
Yes.
Just kidding. One of the best Marvel films to date is the first one, so...
In your opinion.
Yeah, in my opinion. Is it not in your opinion as well? That Guardians of the Galaxy is one of the best Marvel
I kind of
movies?
hate all the other ones when I think about it.
I'm sure there'll be more old one-hit wonder songs that nobody knows. That nobody remembers.
You don't know.
That nobody remembers until they see the movie.
Right.
Same cast of characters. I think Kurt Russell's supposed to be in it as
Yes.
his dad. I don't know who the villain is supposed to be.
I don't
though.
know. I don't care. Keep going.
Next is on my list and probably not on
Baywatch?
yours. No, it's Alien Covenant.
Mm.
Just because...
But Michael Fassbender's in it?
I don't know.
I saw his head.
Well, he was in Prometheus.
I know, as the robot
As the
thing.
android.
And then I'm pretty sure I saw his head with his neck cut off. So
That's
like,
how Prometheus ended.
Yeah, that's why I feel like he's in
It's
this.
probably, I don't know anything about it, but Prometheus was entertaining for me. I'd only seen the original Alien movie. I haven't seen any of the other Aliens. They're on my backlog of movies that I haven't seen.
Haven't gotten to it yet.
So hopefully by the time that movie comes out, I will know more about it and maybe be interested in going to see it, but it might end up being a movie I missed in 2017.
Yeah, definitely.
Next is Baywatch.
Baywatch.
The Rock.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're too huge to be a real person, but it's fine. And Zac Efron, always a pleasure, so...
But it's The Rock.
Yeah, right. I get it. And Baywatch was a pretty hilarious show, so that should be fun.
I'm sure it'll be everything it needs to be.
Yes, you're so
everything
right.
it should be.
Everything it should be.
Now we get to some good stuff.
Wonder Woman?
Yeah, that stuff.
Wonder
Woman.
I can't.
Wonder Woman kind of needs to be good.
It's gotta be,
it has
right?
to be good.
It's like, this is the only time we have women.
And I think it's got a good chance because I don't think Zack Snyder's in charge of this one.
I guess that's good.
Which could be good news because he keeps
Plus,
fucking things up.
Gal Gadot, her good movie debut. She's been in a bunch, but I feel like this is her first centric movie.
Leading role.
Yeah.
It takes place in the past during World War One.
Yeah.
It's pretty much all we know about it.
This is true,
Which
and
is
that's
good.
good.
Looks really action-packed, and it's going to be the first female superhero movie.
Right.
So it's kind of important.
Next.
Spider-Man?
Homecoming. I'm very excited for Spider-Man. I think this is going to be very good. I like Zendaya, and I like that she's obviously going to be, like, turning out to be the I don't know, girl he ends up with, but that's not going to appear that way in the trailers. And I think Tom Holland is adorable and has, like, that perfect kid voice.
And age appropriate to play Spider-Man?
He's age appropriate. He's not, like, overly cute. You know, he's got that Tobey Maguire thing, which is kind of like, cute, kind of nerdy look to him.
He's not Andrew Garfield, 35 years old, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Playing an 18-year-old.
Andrew Garfield being, like, awkward. That was bad.
I don't know. I enjoyed those last two Spider-Man
them.
movies, but they dropped the ball and messed those up big time. Hopefully they do these. I just hope there's not too much Iron Man.
Yeah,
The trailer has a lot of Iron Man in it.
Right. I think they just want to get people excited.
Yeah, and I hope that the trailer is just showing pretty much all the Iron Man stuff.
Yeah.
And Michael Keaton is the villain, so...
Right. He's got to slay it.
Hopefully it's going to be pretty good.
Yep.
Next on my list, which is not going to be on her list, is War for the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Which is the third and final one of this set of Planet of the Apes movies that they keep
There's
making.
400 of them.
Woody Harrelson's in it.
I know.
Which is different. Each movie in this trilogy has had a different lead actor.
It is kind of weird.
I like the first two. I think trying to remember. I think both the first two followed the same pattern as far as like a lot of story build up and then a lot of action by half of the movies.
I still haven't seen the action in the last film because I fell asleep right before it started and woke up in the crawl.
So I'm looking forward to that. It's probably going to end up being either a skip and watch later or maybe see it with someone else.
Yeah, we'll see.
Thor Ragnarok?
Angerwat is what I said.
Something like that. It's the
It's
the third Thor movie.
I don't even remember what happened in the second one.
We haven't seen Thor since Age of Ultron.
Yeah, that's right.
He
got that roommate and was living in LA or something.
He wasn't in Civil War, for those who don't know. There's this video that Marvel put online. It's like maybe 5 or 10 minutes long.
Of what Thor was doing during that time, and he had like gotten a roommate and he didn't have a cell phone, so no one could contact him pretty much.
So Iron Man and Captain America couldn't call him to fight on their sides.
Right.
And it's a pretty funny video. If you haven't seen the video, I'm sure you can find it on YouTube. I don't think the only thing we know about this Thor movie is that the Hulk is going to be in it.
Okay.
And I think it's loosely based on the Planet Hulk comic book story, which is like some alien planet that the Hulk ends up on, and it's like they have a gladiator culture.
Oh, interesting.
So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of action and fighting, and hopefully they don't have to have the Hulk and Thor fight each other because there's no good villain. But
no, thank you.
the second Thor ended with Loki impersonating.
That's right.
King Odin.
What?
King Odin.
Odin. I was going to say Odium.
So they have to address that at some point. Loki's still around somewhere doing some stuff.
Right.
And of course,
Being mischievous.
There's the overbearing Infinity Stone story that they'll get to eventually.
In like 5 years.
It's actually only another year away.
Anyway, next.
Justice League?
I believe this is a DC combo movie with all of our favorite characters. We've been waiting for this for a few years now. I remember...
Forever.
Yeah, I remember probably 3 years ago we were like, there's going to be a Justice League movie. Aw, 2017? We're never going to get there. We're there. Except it's like November.
It's Zack Snyder and...
It's November 17th, so...
Hopefully...
You're going to be 30 years old by then.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not as dark as Dawn of Justice was.
I will be taking my husband to the movies to see that movie. See how much is going to change then?
Weird.
Lots of things.
They say it's not going to be as dark as Dawn of Justice. Hopefully it's not. The trailer for it looks pretty good. It's got Aquaman and Flash, Wonder Woman, and Batman. And Cyborg.
I think Aquaman's going to be like sexy. Yeah.
Aquaman is probably going to be a badass.
Right. Even though, like, he's never been a badass until this movie, to be fair.
Yeah, he's always the joke.
Yeah, he's always just the joke guy, yeah.
He seems like he could be like the Hulk of the Justice League.
Yeah,
because he looks kind of giant.
Yeah.
He's a guy from Game of Thrones, I think, is what he's most known for these days.
That means nothing to me.
Then there's this movie called...
Star Wars.
Star Wars?
Number 8, for fuck's sake.
Episode 8. We don't know anything about this movie.
Is there 40 years difference? Because 1977 was the first one, or 79?
77.
40 years later from the original film. That's wild. The only other thing that spans that long has got to be like James Bond films.
Bond, yeah. But
Really?
there's way more of those.
Oh, yeah. Like 40.
Yeah. We don't know anything about Episode 8. We don't even know the subtitle. There's no trailer yet. We only know who's in it, and it's the people who were in the last one.
Right. So hopefully Finn wakes up. Hopefully there's a bunch of other cool stuff. I guess we know Carrie Fisher's not really in it. I mean,
I think they finished filming it.
Yeah, she's probably in it. R.I.P. Carrie Fisher. I was watching.
Spoiler alert: we know Han Solo's not in it.
Take it easy. I don't know about that. Maybe young Han Solo's in there.
That's a different movie.
It's a joke. Okay.
And then,
shit, there goes my hair tie.
We have one more movie on your list.
Pitch Perfect 3. Ryan still needs to watch 1 and 2, and then you'll be excited for it. Although 2 was kind of ridiculous, but still good. 1 is good. Okay, are you ready to hear what the top grossing films of the year are?
Do I need to guess?
Quite surprising.
Are any of them on the... How many of them did we see?
So all but 1, 2, 4. So we saw 6
of the top 10
grossing films. Would you like to take a guess at any of them?
Civil War.
Well, actually, I saw one and you didn't see it. So
okay, Civil War.
So Civil War is number
6.
1.
Civil War was number 1.
Civil War was number 1 top grossing film 2016.
Where was Rogue One at? Not on the list.
And Rogue One is number 7.
It's still in theaters though.
It is still in theaters.
I think that still counts.
Yeah, it's kind of unfair when they get it at the end of the year.
Released in 2016.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
Deadpool
was number 8. So I
Dawn
think
of Justice is on the list.
Dawn of Justice is number 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think people thought that was going to be a lot better.
But people went to see it.
Right. So I think the surprising ones are that there were 4 children movies are on the top grossing.
Wow.
Okay. So number 2, Finding Dory. I didn't see and I didn't want to see it. I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
I forgot about that one.
Number 3 is Zootopia.
Wow.
Right? That's pretty big because that's a standalone movie. Number 4.
And it's not Disney Pixar.
It is maybe DreamWorks?
I mean, it's not Disney Pixar, I don't think.
Then
so that's kind of a big deal.
Or maybe it's Illusion.
I mean, DreamWorks is still pretty big, but it's not
But
Disney
like
Pixar.
DreamWorks did fucking Shrek, and those were one of the top grossing films of
true.
those dates too. I think 2004. So number 4 was Jungle Book. I heard good things about it.
Oh yeah, I was going to ask you if you wanted to put that on the list of
I
movies
guess we
you
can.
didn't.
I just don't like when they make real animals like talk and stuff.
It was going to be on my list of movies that you wanted to see but didn't. But
Yeah, I know.
was it?
It's not really written on here now.
Zootopia.
And then number 5 was The Secret Life of Pets. That sounds awful. I'm disappointed that that's number 5,
Well,
considering it's followed by Batman versus Superman.
Kids like pets.
Kids like pets. Okay, so what I
This
didn't
Zootopia
mention...
is considered a buddy cop film.
Okay, you ready? Number 9 is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Harry Potter. The
And
Power
number
of Harry
10,
Potter.
Suicide Squad.
Oh God.
I know, surprising.
That's crazy. Why can't I see who made Zootopia?
I don't know. Yes, it is a buddy cop film because the bunny that's in the movie, she's smaller compared to the like ox, her boss.
You know, I said buddy, right?
Yeah, buddy. I know.
And you said bunny, and I
Yeah,
thought
pop.
Produced by Walt Disney Animation Studios.
Disney. Yeah. Okay, sure.
Okay. Oh yeah, Disney Zootopia.
Yeah, the
It's
cop.
Like
Yeah,
labeled
you're
it.
right. The cop.
I didn't realize they were
The
cops.
fucking bunny wants to be a cop, and they're all like, "You're a bunny, you can't be a cop," but she does.
Of course.
And she's like a ticket cop for a while.
Great.
Yeah. So, but you know, they do good stuff. Jason Bateman is a voice of someone in there, so
He's good.
he's interesting. Yeah. But I think that about sums it up. I'm looking forward to 2017. Looks like we have a lot of great films.
Yep.
It's like childhood reboots and things that we've been waiting for entirely too long. I think that can be said about each one. Things we've been waiting for entirely too long.
Or reboots.
And reboots. Yeah.
Wow.
The only thing that's not a reboot would be Pitch Perfect 3.
And then the only thing that's not we've been waiting entirely too long for was Logan.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I'm just
Or
looking
like
at
a
my
Batman
short
movie.
list here. Right.
Kong Skull Island is probably under the things we've been waiting too long for. Some people, not.
Well,
we
not
as
like
in-
we found out 3 years ago.
Some people might have.
Well, okay, not us.
Yeah.
We're only talking about us. We're selfish.
It's a nice second half of the next year as far as movies go.
Yes. Besides the movies, 2017 should be a great year. We're getting married. We have 2 good trips. We're moving out of the city. We're doing all kinds of things.
And some stuff.
Things and some stuff. So tune in.
Maybe we'll do some more of these. But
maybe not.
Don't count on it. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.